What's good, y'all? Salaki with Salaki Sports Media, and this is our first episode of the Ticket Out. So today we have Lance Holtzclaw. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Lance, y'all. Bug, Lance, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? My name's Lance. Go by Bug, go by Showtime, whatever y'all call me. I'm a ball player, man. What's going on?
What school do you attend? Position?
So I used to attend the University of Washington, currently in the transfer portal. Be on the lookout for the next decision for the commitment. I'm a junior in school. I'm a redshirt sophomore. This upcoming season, I'll be a redshirt junior. I play edge. I'm outside linebacker. And yeah, that's me.
Okay. So, Bug. Okay, so for my notes, Dorchester, Massachusetts. That's like the real specific spot. You said that's specific.
Yeah.
So Boston, Massachusetts, y'all. How was it out there? Like, what was that transition like for you?
Shoot. Well, first I moved from Boston, Massachusetts to Phoenix, Arizona while I was in high school. So started out in Phoenix, like started playing ball out there my sophomore year of high school. That transition was kind of crazy. You know, just kind of going from like inner city East Coast to like suburban spread out desert area on the west side. So you know, it was a big change, a lot of changes, like demographics, all of that, and just like way of life. Everything was kind of different, just like different people and everything like that. So you gotta get accustomed to the culture, but you know, it ain't nothing to adapt. You gotta do that. You gotta be able to adapt to your surroundings, pick it up. So transition, I'm not gonna say it was smooth, but I definitely did eventually adapt and pick up on some things.
So how was that transition from Arizona to here?
Transition to Arizona from here, just kind of went from more like a spread out area to more of a like busier city. I feel like there's a little bit more cultures here, a little bit more just like diversity, just like picking up on a lot of new things that I didn't really see. But you know, it was just another experience, kind of going from the desert going Pacific Northwest.
So coming from Desert Ridge High School, what position did you play there?
In high school, I played still like defense and outside backer, but also played wide receiver when I was in high school.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. And then also you playing edge, so you're gonna be sticking with that for
Yeah, that's the ticket right there.
Yeah. So what inspired you to start playing edge?
It's low-key where I started. Like when I was playing in little leagues, I started off as an O&D lineman. A lot of people kind of start out like that. But as I just got older and started getting taller, you feel me, and just maturing throughout the game and just moved out to the ends, played the end, and that's where I was. I feel like I just loved it out there. That was fun. I had some fun at it. Go out there and go hit you somebody. Yeah. You feel me? Go have a little time as a little kid.
So did you have a role model or just a mentor, somebody, you know, growing up that could kind of guide you, or just in the game, just outside of football in general? Like, who would you think that would be to you?
Shoot, growing up, I say it was just kind of like the older folks around me, and just like a lot of my coaches and stuff too. Growing up, though, that was just always trying to, you know, they always trying to keep the kids out of trouble, keep them out of the streets, but there's a lot of that stuff around you. So I think just like kind of listening to those people, keeping tight relationships with them, and just kind of keeping a focus on what you wanted to do, regardless of whatever outside distractions was there. My pops, he was right there side by side with that football stuff, you know. He never wanted me to be involved in nothing crazy. He was always trying to steer me in the right direction. So shout out to my pops on the younger part of me growing up. And then once I moved up out of there, it was a little bit less of that, but still kind of staying focused, staying in line with stuff like that. And I feel like I just took my teachings and brought it with me to the new spot.
Okay. In your recruitment process, whenever you were picking your schools, what about University of Washington stood out to you?
When I was getting recruited, it was just like, the part that stood out is I just seen a lot of guys in my position, like year after year, going to league. So I'm like, hold on, there's something going on here. Yeah. So it's just like, as I'm watching it and seeing the coaching and seeing who been coached under these people and everything like that, and then just kind of seeing the staff, seeing a lot of people that look like me, just like kind of hearing how they run stuff, listening to the history of death row defense, to not being terribly far away from home, playing in a really crazy stadium. Feel me? It was just, majority was looking like a ticket to leave for me. So I just wanted to be the next guy to fall in line.
Okay. And so ultimately, that's like your biggest goal, lead. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
for sure.
That's what it's looking like. Okay.
You gotta get there first, and then after we get there, then we gonna figure it out. Life after football after that point, but we gotta get there first.
So let's talk about your challenging moments. Like, what was something that you felt like was the most challenging thing about flipping from high school football to college football, but in Washington's program? Like, what was something that you feel like it was kind of up there for you to have to try to overcome?
Not playing that first year. Like, going from being starter on both sides of the ball and just never coming out of the game to having to sit back, learn, and watch other people and wait on your time. Like, that was probably the most frustrating part from transition from high school to college. It was nothing about work. It was nothing about competing. Nothing about meeting new people in the locker room or anything like that. Because I clicked with a lot of the older heads too. So it was like the transition in that sense wasn't really hard, but not playing, that would hit me on that redshirt year.
So what do you feel like that taught you?
Just kind of teaches you patience and teaches you how to be able to progress even if it's not where you think it is. There's always room for improvement. There's always somewhere where you can progress. So while I'm not playing, picking up somewhere else, like my freshman year, that first year where I was in and I didn't play, I was on a scout team as a freshman, of course. I was redshirted, so I came out of there and I got scout team defense MVP. So it was like, okay, I'm doing something somewhere, and just like getting that work in and getting better still, even though I wasn't playing on Saturdays.
Yeah. So what was something that kind of helped you, mentally prepare for just things like that, like the outcome of, okay, I might not play this game or I might play this game? Like, what kind of kept you grounded?
I felt like I had to go get my wins somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's like, if my wins wasn't going to be on Saturdays on the game field, I'm going to get my wins in all week. Like, scout team's going to be like a game. I mean, shoot, I had to play against some of the best offensive linemen, not the best offensive linemen in the country. And I had to go up against them every single day in practice. So it's like, I'm not getting any more better work than I am getting right in front of my face. So it's like, hey, we going all in, we finna go get it. And just kind of bringing the guys around you and keeping people motivated and having fun at practice. So it's kind of what kept it going. It's like, we getting better, but we having fun. We having a ball out here, man. We get to play against the best competition, and it's a good time.
Who was somebody on the team that kind of kept you motivated, or like somebody that was just very influential? Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. Who was somebody that was very influential to you?
I mean, I kind of had like mentors all over the place. Like my first year in there, they ended up, I was first when I got in there, locker mates with Roger Rosengard. He's the starting right tackle for the Baltimore Ravens. And then like we moved lockers every once in a while, so they moved me. Now I'm sitting in between my senior Alex Cook, who played for the Panthers, and man, like that's one person that's a mentor that can teach you, man. He's in a fraternity, he's Kappa. He has a wife, he has a kid. He's just like, you kind of watch him model his life. It's a good life to watch, man. It's a good role model to have in front of you. Shoot, I'm neighbors, locker mates with my offensive linemen. And you feel me? I go up against them every day. We over here battling and scrapping every day, but we come back to the locker room, man, and we cool. We dapping people up. When I would beat him, we over here asking questions. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? Or everything like that, man. It's like these guys, they almost reassure you that you're doing good. So you don't sit here and lose your mind thinking you're tripping.
Yeah. So
I definitely have some good role models around me, but shout out those guys in my room. Shout out to homie B. Trice. He finna be coming back next year, bro. Shout out all my guys in my room, bro. Shout out all my guys that's on the team, man. Y'all turn me into me right now.
I feel like that's some good reassurance to have as far as your team is just being able to kind of back you and just let you know, like, hey, like, you are doing good, you're doing something for the team. So,
sure.
Yeah. So you kind of spoke about being in the transfer portal now, and that process, how has that been going?
It's low-key been pretty smooth. I mean, like, it's also a little bit of like a nerve-wracking, stressful situation. I mean, like, transfer portal shrunk into a shorter time. Like, you kind of have an idea of who's going to rock with you and when you enter and everything like that. But it's also just like a scary sense of jumping into the unknown again. So it's just like you are jumping into the portal, man. And you're just seeing who's going to rock with you, who needs you, who's looking for you, and seeing if somebody's got a situation that's going to work out better for you than the situation that you were in. Luckily for me, I've found a couple spots that I'm comfortable with. Found a couple spots that are offering the things that I need to get that I wasn't getting before. And yeah, the process is going pretty smooth. Got my mom supporting me. Got my team behind me, man. So I feel good throughout the process for real.
Okay. So how have you been doing mentally going through this process?
Just gotta keep bouncing gotta keep bouncing ideas off of people's brains. It's like having that team of my family and having a team of the people that's representing me and helping me out throughout the process, and that's been there ever since the jump. It's like it gives you that sense of security that, like, you know, you got some people behind you, you're not in the process by yourself. So I feel like that part's been keeping my mental pretty good, but it is a little stressful. Like, you feel me, people are blowing up your phone trying to tell you all different types of things, and you may not even know how to interpret all the stuff that they're trying to tell you. But just being able to have that resource to be like, hey, how do you feel about this, or what do you think about this, or how do you think I should approach this situation, is just real helpful and really appreciative to have that during the process, for real.
Yeah, that's a blessing to have that support system behind you, especially just kind of like you said, bouncing ideas off people's brain. Like, because you know, you might have a thought process about something, but then somebody else, like maybe older, they might see something else from a whole different light than you do. So that is a good thing to have.
For sure.
Yeah. As far as you going into a different team, a different school, that type of thing, what do you feel like that team or your new team could benefit from having you?
Benefit from having me? I mean, for one, you're going to have a great athlete, you're going to have a great pass rush, you're going to have somebody that's really going to disrupt the game and be an impactful player. You're going to have a playmaker on the field, and you're going to have somebody that's versatile, that can do a bunch of different things out of one position. Somebody you really don't need to take off the field unless you try and give them a breather. You're going to get energy out of me, you're going to get personality, you're going to get hyped energy in the locker room, you're going to have a great teammate in the locker room for sure. You're going to have somebody that's going to be tight with everybody on the team. Everybody's an equal to me, regardless you walk on, janitor, you feel me, star player, quarterback, I don't care who you are, bro. Everybody's cool to me, bro. So, yeah, you're going to get a great teammate. You're going to get an impactful player. You're going to get great energy out of me from everybody. Yeah, you're going to have a great time with me on your team, for sure.
Okay.
You're going to have a great time.
So, what do you feel like are some of your personal goals for the rest of the season? Well, the season's already pretty much out. So, even beyond that, like you said, transferring, just even going into your new team, transitioning into that, like, what are some of your personal goals that you kind of have right now in the back of your head?
Shoot, my goals, I'm trying to get my body right. When I get to my new spot, I'm just really trying to get tapped in with that strength and nutrition staff, and really start getting my body right and getting into the best shape possible, and really prepare myself for this next season, starting as early as possible, getting into the playbook, transitioning to the new team, making sure I know the defense like the back of my hand, so I can just go out there and just play smoothly, play comfortable, play fast. You play fast when you know what you're doing already. Now, I think those are probably going to be my two biggest points of emphasis, is really just getting my body right and getting acclimated to the new team and getting acclimated to the new defense. And also to make a point of emphasis to get tapped in and know my teammates. I feel like that's really important, to kind of know the guys that you're with on the team and just know everybody. I pride myself off of that. I know everybody on my team, even when people switch in and out, I know every single person.
So how do you go about that? Let's talk about that. Like, you getting to know people, just kind of like trying to tap in with them. Like, how do you kind of go about that? What's your thing?
I feel like I never want to like force relationships upon people, because like not everybody gonna be your friend, bro. Yeah. Like, I know you're not gonna force everybody to be your friend, but one thing we do have to do is work with each other. So I feel like that's where I draw relationships at, is when we come into situations where I have to rely on you, you gotta rely on me. So when we out here, we competing, I'm gonna earn my respect from somebody from competing with them. I'm not gonna walk in here, I'm not established with anything, I haven't done anything, I haven't earned nothing yet. So all I'm gonna do is go out there and earn everything, so can't nobody do nothing but respect what I get. Like, I get something, there's gonna be no question he worked for that. Yeah, that's fair. I'm blanking right now. That was a really good answer. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good answer. Okay, so I know that you are transferring, but how did you balance pursuing your careers in football and athletics, like pursuing athletics and then also pursuing your education? How was that for you? Did you have a good balance on that? Yeah, And the thing is, I feel like I got that balance built up over some time. My first year in, it was not how it is now, and I definitely like learned a lot and picked up a lot of skills and gained like a little bit better discipline, matured a little bit, just to where like the school aspect of things can go a little bit smoother. And then also just keep it in the back of your mind, like even with school, like maybe you're not really big on school, you just have to understand that in order for you to do anything that you're here to do in the first place, like if you want to even be eligible to be able to play ball, a lot of people just be like, I'm here to just play ball. Or you can't play ball if your grades ain't straight. So it's like kind of keeping that in mind. It's just like it's one of the things you have to take care of. And just like almost making it part of football. Like, all right, homework, that's part of football. It's like treated like film. You feel me? So I feel like that's all it is. And just like for my learning specialists and people like that I've had in the past, like academic staffs have taught me some skills and just like giving me ways to be able to organize my stuff and, you feel me, be able to carry all of that on my plate at once.
Okay. No, because I've heard that a lot as far as like you can't get on the field if your grades ain't straight. Like I've heard that so many times. The thing is, like you say, like people just go into it saying, oh, I just want to play ball. But the thing is, you play ball, but is your grades good?
Your grades not straight, bro, just gives your coach another thing to have to handle.
Yeah.
He already sitting here trying to game plan, trying to set up everything else. Now he over here getting phone calls and all this other stuff that your grades ain't straight, you missing assignments, blah,
they
blah.
They be doing that? Oh, Jesus.
Bro, what? Oh, you didn't go to class? Report it. Every single time they know that. Oh, you didn't go to class. Oh, you didn't turn in this assignment. You got this missing assignment, blah, blah, blah. There's just more and more stuff they got to worry about.
I feel like that's also an integrity thing too. So like you kind of got to keep that balance, and you kind of got to know, hey, I got to take care of this. If I don't, this is gonna be your repercussions. But that's all part of the game too.
Keep your name off a list. Don't be a list guy.
Don't be a list. Why are you laughing? Were you a list guy?
Hey, nah, because that's just a quote.
Oh.
That's just a quote. Don't be a list guy.
As far as, well, I guess we could say 5 years. Where do you see yourself as far as the game, you know, football, life? Where do you see yourself in about 5 years? Or some things that you want to accomplish within that time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Within 5 years, I definitely have the goal to be drafted within that time. I definitely want to accomplish some things in college. You know, like get through like some all-conference type of awards and things like that, and just gain those type of recognitions and just show out as the person that I've been waiting to show myself as, and don't leave no room for regrets, things like that. I haven't put out any specific goals yet. I feel like I'm gonna pick up on a little bit more specifics, like once I get closer to those times and start setting up smaller goals for me. But as far as like my big time goals in 5 years, yeah, I gotta be in the league by that time for sure. Kind of establish myself in the league and just grow and learn a lot. Yeah, I feel like I just want to grow up a lot, mature a lot, learn a lot, start learning how to manage your money, everything like that.
And that's also a big one, especially with people going into the league. Like they get this fat check, and then they're just like, okay, I'm gonna go do this. Like going up in there with a plan, I feel like that's also a really good thing to have too. Especially having somebody on your side, like letting you know, hey, you know, you need to be doing this. But also too, I feel like you can learn from a lot of players that's up in there that's already in there. Like they can tell you how, like what mistakes they made or something that they would have did differently. So I also think that helps too. You
gotta use your resources. You gotta learn a little bit. When you don't know, it ain't nothing to ask.
Yeah. If you could pick, like say for instance, if you could pick right now, what's your top 3 teams that you could go to?
Oh, in the league?
Yeah.
Bro, give me somewhere warm, bro, please.
Warm.
Bro, I've been so cold for the last, for by the time I get there 5 years, like, bro, I've been in the cold for so long, I gotta be somewhere warm, please, bro.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm not gonna say anywhere that I don't want to be, because, you feel me? I'm not gonna say no to nobody drafted me. Crazy. But
at the end of the day, league is league.
But if we gonna talk about preferences, bro, let's get warm. It's been cold for a minute.
Do you have any game day rituals or superstitions? Playlist, something.
Game day. Nah, I do got a playlist now. I got a playlist created. I be calling my brother. I mean, he not my blood brother, but that's my brother for real. I be calling him whenever I go to like a different stadium, and I be showing him the stadiums and stuff that I be in. Like, call them at Penn State, call them at USC. I call them at every, like, away stadium I go to, and I be showing them that before we get started.
So how's that experience, even knowing that, like, you there to go play the game, but at the same time, like, do you still be interested in seeing, like, what their culture is, what they be having?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to understand, like, you really focus on the game, but also, like, you having an experience, like, you really, I've traveled to places I've never been to because of football. So it's like, I feel like you gotta really take in that experience when you go to places. Like, I went to Penn State during the whiteout, and that's like, a lot of people don't get to go to that.
Yeah,
so just like seeing what it is, and like, and hearing it, being in it, but also being locked into the game at the same time, it's like a crazy balance. But like, here and there, you gonna take it in, like, damn, it's crazy, bro, it's crazy. Like, I'm over here at warm-ups, and the crowd already filling in. By the time I'm over there doing pregame warm-ups, I'm not even in pads yet. The crowd's starting to fill in, students actually coming in already. I was like, yeah, this is a nice environment. It's a crazy football environment. But I like crowds like that. I like stuff that, like, that it starts getting the energy up early. I'd be like, ooh, yeah, I'm ready for the game now. I'm ready to go now. Yeah, all these people here, when everybody starts booing you and stuff, I'd be like, yeah, come on, we booing me now? Come on.
So that get you going.
That stuff get me turned up.
Oh yeah.
That get me turned
you
up.
one of them.
You one of them?
I was sitting up here thinking that y'all would be like, oh, so I feel like that would get somebody mad, but at the same time, like, it's getting you going.
Nah, get me turned up because everybody just hating on you. Everybody wants you to lose. So it's just like, I love that y'all want me to lose, bro, because I'm not. Yeah. Like, like, you feel me? That's the type of mentality you go into it with.
No, because that is a crazy experience to think about. Like, you stand in the middle of the field, and you got all these people around you just booing you, but at the same time they booing you, but you also got people cheering. Like, how is that, just hearing that through that helmet? Explain that feeling for me.
You got to start tuning stuff out. So it's like, when you in the game, and, well, for me as a defensive player, it's different than an away game, because they not loud when I'm on defense. Because they on offense, so they don't be loud, but say like we at the home stadium and we on defense, oh yeah, the crowd going stupid. Like, you really got to be able to see and like be able to echo all the calls. Like, the call comes in, make sure you get the call correct, because if you miss it, you gonna ask a question, you not gonna hear nobody. It's just gonna be what you say? You can't hear nothing. So it's like, you really gotta make sure the communication's on point, hand signals, echoing the call to people and stuff like that. Communication is super key when you're on defense at home.
What is one thing that people would not guess about you?
Let me think. What would somebody not guess about me?
Y'all, I'm gonna say he's overly tall.
Let me think. What would somebody not know about me? I don't know. I be feeling like I'm low-key like open book. Like, I feel like there's nothing that people just be like, that's completely unexpected. I mean, like, I be cutting hair. Fun fact, if y'all want a fun fact, I be cutting hair. Tapping with me, Boog Blends. Boog Blends right there, bro. I be really getting right, chopping people up. I come on here, I don't got a cut right now, so you feel me? Let my hair grow in. But
okay, and then this is gonna be our last question, I think. What?
Oh no, we on the last question.
Oh, you got something else to say?
I got nothing else to say. I'm waiting. I'm listening.
If you could play against any NFL player one-on-one, who would it be?
Ooh. Really trying to get that work?
Yeah.
I gotta go up against the homies again though, for sure. Hey, Troy Fatanu, bro.
We
gotta get the one-on-ones. Raj, we gotta get one-on-ones again. But like, as far as really getting that work, I gotta get a one-on-one with Trent Williams. I gotta get one-on-ones with Trent Williams. That's great work. That's great work. So if I want to go against the best of the best competition, there we go.
Okay. So y'all, that concludes our sit down and our first episode of the Ticket Out with Lance. Thank you for being a guest today, and thank you for having me. Also, but yeah, we're gonna end it there. But like I said, Trent, hey, he said he wasn't working.
Hey, Troy, where you at? Where you at, Troy? I'll call out Troy.
Call out Troy.
Yeah, I'm gonna call out Troy and Raj. Them the homies, they already know what's up.
Yeah.
You finna get right.
Okay, y'all. So we're gonna see y'all later on the next episode. And like I said, thank you again for having me. That concludes this episode. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.